That's the windows in the dining room we didn't eat at.
All of your charm and beauty, right?
Yeah.
Ah, good.
How you folks doing today? Doing good? All right, glad to hear it, glad to hear it. Anyway, guys, my name is Tyrone, and I'd like to welcome you to our little island called New Providence. Now, the capital of this island, it is called Nassau, and right now we are at downtown Nassau. Now, the day we're going to do the tour called the Charm and Beauty Tour. This tour is going to take us over to the Atlantis Resort. It's not a stop. We're going to drive through over at the Cove, the Royal Towers. We're going to drive by one of our forts. That's going to be Fort Castle. We're going to make a stop at one of our forts. That's Fort Charlotte. All right? We're going to ride through some of the central parts of the island into the upscale areas where the locals live. Keep in mind the bus drivers don't live in these areas. All right? And if the weather permits, we're going to make a stop and take some pictures at one of our local beaches. All right? Please, folks, do not go into the water. All right? No swimming, no skinny dip. Listen, my daughter gave me a new word. She said, Daddy, no fatty splashing. Green shutters. This area is called Parliament Square, constructed back in the 1700s by the Loyalists out of the Carolinas. The first building back there, that's the House of Assembly. The second building is the Senate. The third building is the office of our Chief Justice. Now, if you notice, they are putting up a lot of bleachers. That's because we're having a festival the day after Christmas called Junkanoo. You guys ever heard about it? No. Okay, I'll give you some information on it later, all right? Okay, ladies, just the ladies now. Look to my right-hand side. Tell me what you see. I know you guys wouldn't listen. There you go. Now, the island, folks, it is very small. The island is 7 miles wide, 21 miles long. Now, we have a very small population of about 380 plus thousand people. And we got close to 400,000 cars. Yeah, I'm going to let you guys do the maths on that one, right? All right. Now, temperatures in the island during the winter, it can get very cold. We can get down to 60 degrees. Oh, you laugh. Is 60 cold for you guys too? No? No, folks, 60 is cold. What do you guys call cold?
Minus 20.
Minus what? Now, this bridge coming up, this is the second bridge to the island, which was completed back in '98. And we dedicated this bridge to one of our Bahamian sons, Sir Sidney Poitier. You guys remember Sir Sidney?
Oh, yeah.
Like to my right, to my left, sorry, there's a monument with a plaque on it. So the bridge, it is called the Sidney Poitier's Bridge. Now, I know you guys back there remember some of his movies. Anybody can remember some of his movies?
Yeah.
To Serve with Love. There you go. Everybody knows that was the first one, right?
Yeah.
Raising in the Sun. There you go. Then you also had In the Heat of the Night. There you go. I had one guest said he was in Moonraker. No, not Moonraker. Guess who's coming to dinner? What's his name? Mr. Tibbs. Now, they call me Mr. Tibbs. Okay, guys. Now, listen, very important notice. Very important notice. Please take a photo of your cruise ship. Do you know which one is yours? Okay. Take a photo of your cruise ship. Because on the way back, if it ain't there, you will need a photo ID for your missing vessel. For your missing vessel. Do you know which one is yours? Which one is yours? That's the one with the big red muffler? That's what my kids call it, the big muffler.
No, it's the one.
The one in the middle, right?
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Now you know. Now straight ahead, that's Paradise Island where we have the Atlantis Resort. The first structure on the left, that is the reef. the second structure, folks, that is the cove. The third structure, that is the Royal Tower, East and West Tower. Now that suite in the middle, it is called the Bridge Suite. $25,000 to $38,000 a night, with a minimum of 4 nights. Oh yeah. Now the pastel colored buildings, that's Harborside, timeshare on one of our islands called Harbor Island. It's 60 miles east of here. That is what all of the houses on Harbor Island looks like. The beautiful pastel colored and also the A-frame roofs. Now behind Harborside, that's the casino, the water park, the tower with the flag on top, that is the Coral Tower. Next to the Coral would be the Beach Tower and also the Rio. And with that, folks, I'd just like to welcome you guys to Paradise Island. Woohoo! Come on, guys, let's get excited. There we go. Now let's, okay, look to my right-hand side. What we got over there? Margaritaville. You see that guy?
One.
You're gonna take what?
I'll take one.
Now listen, I'm gonna tell you guys a secret. Jimmy Buffett, he used to go to Harbor Island, but we stopped on phase 3. And you guys can thank me for the landscaping. No, seriously, when I used to work for a company called Caribbean Landscaping Pools. Yeah, and we had the lion's share of the landscaping work. Now, when we did phase 3, we put in over 10,000 palm trees. That's palm trees, all right? You got the Malayan coconut palms, the taller palms came from Jamaica. You have the Washingtonia palms, the Alexander palms, the Adnidia palms, sable palms, Areca palms, Alexander palms again, foxtail palms, Phoenix Robelini palms. We put in every type of palm except napalm. No napalm. You also got traveler's palms, every type of palm. Now the structure to my left, that is the Reef condo slash hotel. Their condos can start at about $600,000. And if you get one of their condos, you can enter a rental program, whereas you stay in your condo for about 3 months out of the year. The rest of the year they'll rent it out for you. Proceeds can go to either to the upkeep and maintenance of your condo or to your mortgage if you like. All right, make sure let me know, all right, so I can make sure I keep it clean for you. Okay? The second structure, this is the Cove. Now the Cove is considered to be more adult. All of their rooms are suites, and they can start at about $800 a night. Now over at the Cove, this is where all of the celebrities, the famous athletes, the entertainers, this is where they love to stay. If you notice, all of the cars on the door, they're all high-end cars, SUVs, limousines. This is also the last place Oprah stayed when we dedicated the bridge to Sidney Poitier. Also, and deep water interaction with the dolphins. No, that's not a dolphin. That's someone. That's a school guy going underneath it. Yeah, look right to the back. You might see some of the dolphins. Yes, no.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Could you see him back there? Now, when the resort started out, they had about 12 dolphins. To date, I understand they got about 47. And right next to Dolphin Key, they also have sea lions. All right, let me pull up some more. You guys may get a better view down here. Okay, is that better?
Look at that.
Oh yeah, well that dolphin back there, he's getting breakfast. He's getting some ham. Oh yeah, he's having breakfast, ham and eggs, some croissants, pancakes. And guess what, guys? This ain't gonna cost you $200. That's how much it costs to interact with it. Ooh, there's one just leaped out of the water. Yeah, that's how much it costs to interact with the dolphins. Now, the resort really don't like for the locals to interact with the dolphins. You guys see dolphins? We see fish. West Tower. That suite in the middle, it is called the Bridge Suite. $25,000 to $38,000 a night with a minimum of 4 nights. So it's $100K either way. Now guess what? A few years ago, we had a gentleman. He rode a unicycle on a tightrope between the 2 towers for the Guinness Book of World Records. Who's that? Nick? Somebody call his name. There you go, Nick Well, at least he didn't say. One of the guests said his name had to have been Wacko. Oh yeah, and guess what? Later on that same day, he walked a tightrope from the Royal Tower all the way over to the cove. Well, you know they had a clause in the contract, right?
Yeah.
They said if he fell, we had to catch him on the second bunks. He didn't fall. He didn't fall. Yeah, that was Nick Willender, and he did that at the beginning of hurricane season. Now this is the Royal Tower. This is the flagship for the resort. If you walk inside, take a right. That will take you into the casino. And to my right hand side as we ride along, there was a time we used to call them the flying horses, until I was corrected by a child. The child said, no sir, they are called Pegasus. There you go, little did I know, corrected by a child. So we started to call them Pegasus. And guess what? I was doing another tour, and I told the guests, don't call them flying horses, they called Pegasus. Up jumps another child. No sir, they're not called Pegasus. It's Pegasi. One is singular and the other one is plural. Now, as a child growing up, if you corrected an adult, you'll get a, boy, be quiet. You get the grown folk business. So they're called Pegasi. Now, to my left-hand side, that is the Marina. That is where the guests have their mega luxury yachts. Behind that, that would be the Marina Village. Now, if you're ever in Marina Village, do not call those mega luxury yachts boats. Oh, no. Listen, folks get real upset when you call their $30 million yacht a boat. All right? Okay, we went underneath that body of water. That would have been a beautiful shot if I was coming down the driveway and you took it in the bus with the boat going over you, right? Yeah, I made that mistake. I used to drive the shuttle for the Atlantis resort, taking the guests from tower to tower. And we're coming from the cove to the Royal Tower, and the guests were talking about a sugar, which is a candy store, Atlantis signature store, and for you coffee lovers, they have Starbucks in the Marina Village. There was that. Starbucks. There you go. Coffee. Yeah, everybody's brain dead until the first cup, right? Now, Huntington Hartford from the A&P supermarkets, he later sold the island to Resorts International. They sold it to Donald Trump, who you guys love so much. Donald Trump sold it to Merv Griffin, and Merv Griffin sold it to Mr. Kersner from South Africa, who developed the island and put in the Atlantis resort. Now, to my left-hand side, you guys see those steel boats? Blue and white, green and white boats? They are all mail boats. They take the cargo, freight, and passengers back to the other family of islands. You may also see some mail boats on my right-hand side. Some above water, and some just below, right? Some going under. Now the big mail boat, that'll go from Nassau, Freeport, and to the U.S. Now there's another big boat on the right, folks. Do you see that sign that says Bo Hingy 2? That stands for Brother Hingy. He was a famous fisherman on Harbour Island. That's where my mom's from. We might tell you guys about Harbour Island. 60 miles east of here. 3 miles of pink sandy beaches. That boat will take you to Harbour Island early in the morning and bring you back. All right? The boats with the white tops, these are all fishing boats. They're bringing the fish like the grouper, the snapper, the conchs, and the crawfish back to market to sell. So underneath the bridge is our local fish market. You also have vendors on either side of the street where the locals like to hang out after work. Yeah, this way you meet the driver with his shirt off. You'll be like, that's the guy that took us on the tour. And we're back on to New Providence. Okay, now what I'd like to do is ride through a low-income area known as the Pond. You following me on the map, darling? You know, you lost? You lost? Oh, okay. Just look. Right now we're traveling west. Yeah, this is a low-income area, folks, known as the Pond, P-O-N-D. Now this area is also the birthplace of our first Bahamian Governor General, Sir Milo B. Butler. Now that's one of the family businesses straight ahead. On my right-hand side right now, Butler's funeral homes and crematoriums. Now, many of the houses you see on either side of the street, constructed back in the 1800s, you had a lot of prominent Bahamians that came out of these houses. Now, this area also used to be a cotton plantation. So to my left-hand side, there's a cotton tree right above this car. Okay, you see that tree that has the red flowers on it and the yellow flowers? Okay, that is a cotton tree. Now those flowers, they would turn into cotton. Anybody know about cotton? Anybody here from the Carolinas? What part of Carolina? North Carolina or South Carolina? Because these islands were granted to 6 Lord proprietors out of North Carolina. You knew that, right? Out of Newburgh. All right.
And all our Tories too.
There you go. Don't care how much we cut those cotton trees down, they still pop back up. Now those flowers on the tree, they will turn into cotton. Now this tree on the end of the street, this is called an ackee tree. It's native to Jamaica, part of their